aware or ignorant about relating to Islam or Muslims?
Well, they all think we're terrorists. Not they all, but most, not most, many, a lot. The uneducated think we're terrorists. And if we're not terrorists, they assume that the women are oppressed. Oppressed means that we are held back or our rights are taken away. And that bothers me.
Thank you. Personally, can you think of a big difference between Muslims and Christians' belief, lifestyle, and morals?
Yes. There aren't actually many big differences. I think that people want people to think that, but the reality is we are both monotheistic religions, and we both believe in Jesus. We both believe in one God. We both believe that the Bible is a holy book. Subtle differences, well, I guess they're not so subtle, but differences would be Muslims do not acknowledge Jesus as the Son of God. Muslims believe that there is no power that could be shared with God, and that God could not be equated to a human or on a human level. Muslims also believe that the Quran is the final and last book, and that it has not been changed. Muslims also believe that the Bible, the Bible has been, it's been proven, and it's not something controversial. Most people would say the Bible has been changed. Obviously, it has been. Other than that, a lot of the morals are very similar. Muslims honor and believe in the Ten Commandments. Muslims do, and when I said there's subtle differences, eating pork and wearing the scarf, and those are all things that are not. I mean, they sound significantly different, but the foundations are very similar.
Okay. What is one thing that Muslims and Christians do the same in any aspect of that religion?
So you mean the commonalities?
Yes.
Yeah, there's actually more commonalities than differences, and I think that there's this perception that we're such an alien faith, but we come from Christianity. So Islam, it stems out of Christianity, and so I'm not going to say some, most of Christian beliefs and practices are practices and beliefs that Islam actually is adopted and used. So it's very similar between the two in that sense. So, originally Christians didn't drink wine, they didn't drink alcohol. And I don't know about the pork, but that's something that they've changed over centuries. For Muslims, we've just continued to practice that. The main thing is the foundation, which is the belief in one God, and the idea that there's a holy book. We believe in an Antichrist. We believe in a Messiah. We believe in a lot of the similar things that Christians do.
Okay. And last question: how do Muslims view Christians and their religion? How do you think they view?
For any educated Muslim, we believe that Muslims and Christians come from the same, same father, which is Abraham, the same, so we believe that there's, So we believe that Christians and, we believe that Christians are very similar to us. And even if you look at a little more conservative Christians, they do some of the practices that we do. In terms of just practices, I would say that's the outwardly practices is what makes us look so different. But again, going back to the root, it's all the same. And most Muslims would at least acknowledge that, whether they look at some of the other practices that Christians do as completely different. That's a whole different topic. But in terms of beliefs and practices, majority of it is very similar. You are welcome.
Thanks, anonymous teacher.
Yes, I would like to remain anonymous for the protection of my safety.
All right.